The next section is design. Um, we're here. I would like the student to describe what part of the project is actual and what part of the project is just for demonstration. And if you wanted it to be the actual version, I mean the product that you actually would sell or put on the market, what would you need to change? And lastly, how much power does your product need, your final design? Well, in general, uh, since this is a course and this is your first design project, we can assume that your background will be limited. So the main purpose of this course is to give you some experience in designing electrical and electronic systems. At this point now, you've been given many circuits over the years. You built circuits in labs and you've constructed them and you did analysis. Some circuits you understood, some you didn't. But in general, you have a wide range of circuits that you have completed. Series circuits, parallel circuits. You built a radio. Maybe you've joined a club and built a couple of projects. You've dealt with components such as resistors, capacitors, inductors, transformers, diodes, LEDs. You may have had a chance to build a circuit to turn on a buzzer or a lamp. You've dealt with digital circuits, AND gates, OR gates, chips, amplifiers. What does this really mean? Where does it fit? So, with a limited background, we can only assume that you're trying to gain experience. So, it's not the purpose of the project to produce a commercial product fit for production. The purpose of this is just to give you some experience in developing a design concept from start to finish. However, if you are lucky, and I do mean lucky, and it proves, and you have proven that your design is functional consistently, maybe it can be developed for commercial use. But you would have to do some changes. You would have to substitute your components with more standard and more robust, and you have to maybe increase the design of your circuits with something more of a commercial standard, considering safety, fire, temperature, and all the standards that are required to protect the consumer from the product itself. However, you did consider a few things, such as trying to use a minimum amount of components and trying to simplify the design and use as the least amount of energy as possible. Also, you tried to save money by using components in the college that are available to reduce the time that you needed to create your project. And lastly, you are thinking about presenting your project at conferences and workshops, maybe the annual senior project day, so you are thinking about having a nice presentation. So I believe this is really the main goal of your design, uh, to get some experience. And not to mention that you have to indicate the total power for your system. So we can conclude that as a class, you're trying to get some experience so that you can join the work with some experience in developing new systems and improving on existing systems.